So I'm here to show how I got this muzzle effect here. I just put on and boom. There is flashes of that effect. So, show you how this is. We're gonna first start off with making a new layer and it being a solid. We're gonna call this muzzle practice. We're gonna call it and make sure it's white. Or whatever color you need the muzzle flash to be. I recommend white since that's how light works. Anyway, then with the Eclipse tool or using a pen, I will just use the star effect here tool. You mask it and you make your flashes shape. I recommend the star since that is the closest to the best of the ability you can get of this effect. Then you want to add feathering to the mask. And like around 50 like around 50 to 120 pixels. I feel like the best results is 80, maybe a little lower. Maybe a little lower. You do you. Whatever you feel is right. Then you want to add the following effects. Fractured noise. Maybe just on. That then with fractured noise we're going to increase the contrast to between 200 to 400. So let's just do that real quick. To like around 300, middle of the road. Then you want to tone down the brightness to the negatives, specifically 2040. Let's just go like to the 30s. Then you want to add turbulent displacement. Slap that on. And all you're really gonna do here is to switch around the amount and the size. For the amount, you can keep it at 50, but like 20 to 60 is also good. But for size, you want to turn it to at least 50 or at minimum 20. Let's just turn it to 30. Let's just keep it. Then you want to grab the glow effect and just stylize, and you put that on. And then you want to increase the glow radius to whatever you believe is like your comfort zone. So maybe you can increase it by this, you can make it lower. I recommend it like around here, like around the 50s, around 60. And then lower the threshold in blue. So right around here, right around here. Then you make this mode a screen mode. If this is your effect, now you have yourself a little muzzle flash. And my best way recommending it is to put it like in between 1 or 2 frames, wherever it is. Muzzle flashes don't last typically long. You can look at movies, you can look at any gun, like movie with a gun ever, and it doesn't have this flash. It doesn't have a long periodical flash. It has rapid flashes if it's automated, but it's normally a flash and then you move on. Then you, after this, you want to add a adjustment layer here. And with this adjustment layer, we're essentially going to add exposure to it. So here, we're just going to look for the exposure effect. Set that on. And then you want to use this as a timer. So for the 2 frames. For a majority, when you're not using it, it's going to stay at 0. But when the flash happens, you want to increase the exposure to like around, I'd say, a solid 1. So then once it's like that, you, after one here, let's just go like to a frame here, let's make this 0, and then we add a layer here, and we make this 0. So there's that for your exposure adjustment layer. And then you go to here, and then you shrink it for that layer that you need. So it should go for like a brief second. Put it right about here. And congratulations, you have a flash effect. A muzzle flash effect. And you can rename this that, but that's how you do a muzzle flash effect. And then you do it the same amount of times. Just copy and paste the effect onto wherever you need it to go, and then you repeat the steps, keep it at 0, and then you add the flash, and then so on and so forth. I hope this helps, and have a good day.